Hello and welcome to Bishop Rock. Imagine that this rock, which resembles a bishop, were a real person, unable to move, just an observer of his surroundings. Imagine all the different people it has seen over the years. Imagine how dramatic some of the changes have been. Just think, in the last 20 years, how much styles have changed. Let alone the last 200 years. Also, their different modes of transportation. Everything from leather-soled moccasins and ox-drawn carts to mountain bikes and four-wheel drives. Oh, think of what he has seen. Just think of what we can learn from him. Bishop Rock has long been and still is a very special area to many groups of people. This presentation will illustrate the great importance this area of rock outcroppings and its resources has played in the lives of so many people throughout the ages. First, we'll go back to the original inhabitants, the Native Americans. Then we'll explore the early Spanish settlers who followed the Native Americans, all the way up to present-day visitors like you and I. I'll explain how these different groups of people have utilized what this unique landscape has had to offer. Think, there was a time in history when no people came to Bishop Rock. The only inhabitants were wildlife and plants. However, the geology, elevation, and proximity to the valley floor will lure even the earliest visitors into the area because it held the natural resources that they needed. Native Americans were the first people to visit the Bishop Rock area, and they used it as a hunting ground and a place to gather pinon nuts and other edible plants. The most telling evidence of a Native American interest at Bishop Rock is the petroglyph rock art, believed to have been created by the Southern Ute Indians. The Utes came to Colorado in around 800 AD and inhabited the San Luis Valley starting in around 1300 AD. This Southern Ute band, also known as the Uncompadres, lived and journeyed throughout the San Luis Valley for centuries until 1895, when they were forcefully removed to their current reservation. Bishop Rock has numerous rock art panels, all of which have been accredited to the Utes. The majority of these panels show ungulates, such as deer and elk, with some human-shaped depictions as well as some other various symbols. Since the majority of the symbols are of deer and elk, cultural experts believe that Bishop Rock was used as a very important hunting area for the Native Americans. The geology of the area creates natural funnels, which the big game would use as their natural travel corridors. Can you visualize what it would be like to be a Native American with this projectile point? A piece of yellow chert that has been masterfully crafted to be as sharp as a razor, affixed to your arrow as you sat perched on a rock all day, tired, possibly already hungry, hoping that dinner for you and your tribe would come by soon. However, Bishop Rock was not just an attractive hunting spot for the Native Americans. They also used the area to gather pinon nuts and other edible plants like yucca. They even acquired medicinal plants like the desert 4 o'clock. These same resources that attracted the Native Americans also attracted the Spanish settlers to Bishop Rock. Early Spanish settlers also used the area to hunt and gather, but they found another resource to utilize. The Spanish settlers would frequently come to Bishop Rock with their ox-drawn carts in order to harvest trees for their building needs. Spanish explorers were the first Europeans to enter Colorado, and they were in the San Luis Valley as early as the 1500s. However, it was not until the 1840s that any sizable population lived in the San Luis Valley. When the Spanish settlers decided to stay for the long haul, that is when they began harvesting a lot of trees for their building needs. If you have Spanish heritage and your family is native to the San Luis Valley, there's a high probability that your ancestors came to the Bishop Rock area in order to gather the needed resources to survive. Just think, the year is 1880, and your maybe even your great-great-grandfather, finally completed his long, hard journey up to Bishop Rock in his ox-drawn cart. He is tired and sore, and now the real work begins. His axe comes out, and the trees come down. This hard work will ensure that he and his family will have the needed infrastructure that they will require to survive the harsh climate of the San Luis Valley. As we have progressed through time, different groups of people have taken advantage of the same resources as the previous inhabitants and have found new resources to use. The new resource we utilize at Bishop Rock is recreation. We continue to use the same landscape. Some reasons will always remain the same as to why people come to Bishop Rock: hunting, harvesting trees, gathering pinon nuts, or just enjoying the natural beauty. But now we are adding to our history with such recreational uses as rock climbing and mountain biking. Bishop Rock is now part of the public land system and is managed by the Bureau of Land Management. Bishop Rock provides a variety of recreational opportunities, including overnight camping, hiking, hunting, rock climbing, and rock art climbing. However, all of these uses pale in comparison to the world-class mountain biking. Even though the trail system and open play area are relatively new, it is the general consensus that the riding rivals that of Fruita and even Moab. It is fair to say that Bishop Rock will continue to serve as an up-and-coming mountain biking mecca. I'm sure that if the Native Americans and Spanish settlers could travel through time and witness how we utilize the landscape now, they'd be proud that the area is still producing quality resources like wild game and timber. But they would also probably be amused and amazed to see how we travel the landscape now on bicycle and scale it with ropes. As we continue to add to the history of Bishop Rock, it is important not to disturb the evidence of those who preceded us. If you visit the rock art panel, please do not touch the rocks. The natural oils emitted from our skin over time will greatly stain the rock and eventually ruin it. And another thing you never would like to do is add to the rock art panels. It may be cool to see your name up there today, but think, over the next years, everybody who came would have a diminished experience because it was not the original as when the Native Americans left it. It is important that we add great history to this great area and do not destroy what is already here. That way others may also enjoy it in the future. This presentation was designed to illustrate the significance of human history associated with Bishop Rock. It has been a place of importance for humans across the centuries, as well as a modern day attraction for the recreationists. Bishop Rock has been and continues to be a unique place of distinct importance. This landscape has been able to support many different peoples over the times. Let's enjoy the area without destroying it. I would like to thank you for attending the Bishop Rock Interpretive Walk. I hope you have enjoyed the presentation. For more information about lands managed by the Bureau of Land Management, please visit www.blm.gov. Thanks again.